Welcome back to the podcast. We are here November 23rd, the finale of week 11, Monday Night Football. We have a big NFC matchup between the LA Rams against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady's Buccaneers against these golf Rams. We're going to dig deep into this. No, we're going to not deep into this. Okay, look, we're going to give you the smart plays of this slate, okay? Quick look at the defenses. This is pretty much all you need to know. They both have good defenses. As you could look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 27th against quarterbacks, 31st against running backs, wide receivers 20. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're not going to find an edge looking at points allowed and to the freaking defensive ranked to the quarterback, to the running back, to none of that. No. We're looking at usage. We're looking at game flow. You need a game script for this game, and your lineup needs to paint a picture so you can get to the top of the contest. Okay, that's what it needs to do. All right. Putting quarterbacks in the captain spot doesn't usually win you tournaments. Pretty much, there's 15% chance that a quarterback in the captain spot will win you number one in the lineup. And with these type of defenses, it's looking like to me one is going to flounder and one is going to, rise to the occasion. Tom Brady, we already know what he is. He is the GOAT. And as you can see right here, what he did against Carolina, that was a bounce back game because he was embarrassed against the New Orleans Saints. He handled Las Vegas. He handled the Giants. Good game, decent games, okay games against Green Bay and Chicago. But we already know what Tom Brady is. I'm going to put him in my flex position. I think we need to have him in your lineups. Yesterday was very odd with the Kansas City game against the Raiders. You didn't need Mahomes. Mahomes wasn't in the number one lineup. He scored 25 DK, but you didn't need him. It was Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, Le'Veon Bell was the cheap guy. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I was like, where's Mahomes? So there's new lineups that are winning tournaments now, and I did not suspect that at all. That was a big surprise. So you can get creative. Jared Goff is the next option. These are the top two guys here that are going to get used. He's going up against an elite defense that has very good in the secondary. Both secondaries are very good. The thing about him is you don't know what Jared Goff you're going to get. You can get good Jared Goff against Chicago, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, or you can get bad Jared Goff against Miami, 1 TD, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles lost. You don't know what you're going to get. He tends to turn the ball over a lot. He has interceptions almost every other game. For some reason, he's been fumbling lately. He hasn't had a big breakout game since an easy defense like Washington or Buffalo. It doesn't set up. He didn't even go off against Seattle, which was a shock because what the Rams are doing, they're running the ball, they're playing with the league and they're running the ball. That's what they're doing. So I'm not really leaning towards Jared Goff. I get the narrative that Tampa Bay could be up, and the narrative could be him throwing the ball more. I could maybe see that. I'm not going to say no to anything because weird things are happening. With Seattle, the defense. I said don't play Seattle. No, I said I would consider Seattle defense, and that was actually an option against the Arizona Cardinals. So Jared Goff, you can play with him. He could be in there. Cooper Kupp is a big target magnet for him. Him and Robert Woods are the wide receivers you're going to look for in this Los Angeles Rams offense. As you can see, 9,200, but he's definitely worth it. Target 7, 26, and 9 the last 4 weeks. Still hasn't gotten the end zone. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. He was a big target monster in the red zone last year. I see that happening again very soon for him. Mike Evans, you wanna avoid the outside targets against the LA Rams. They have a very solid secondary as well. Jalen Ramsey's not going to lock in on one particular guy But the weakness of the LA Rams is going to be up the middle. And up the middle is going to be Chris Godwin and Gronkowski. Those are the two guys I want to use to pick apart this LA Rams defense. With the acquisitions of Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin has still been a star. With 9, look at the targets, consistency 7, 9, 6, and 6. He's going to be that reliable guy through the middle. Is dealing with that little surgery he had on his finger, but he's still comfortable, still a top tier talent, especially at the slot. He's been waiting to break out. I haven't seen a big breakout game for him since week 7. Other than that, it's been mediocre, but he is, with the type of talent on this team, Godwin is definitely someone I want to have in almost every lineup. Antonio Brown is starting to click with Tom Brady as well. He's a cheaper option to use at wide receiver, 5 and 8. The targets the last 2 weeks, so he's definitely viable as well. Like I'm saying, he can work in the middle. He could be working in the middle or away from the traffic where Mike Evans and Jalen Ramsey will probably be. Like I said, Ramsey focuses on one side, and then the other guys can take advantage of their matchups. Ronald Jones, if you're looking for running backs, I'm not going to him. This is not what you expect every week out of Ronald Jones. As you can see, week 9 was a 4, week 8 was a 7. He does these weird spurt games, but he's too expensive. If you want to pay up for Tom Brady, Goff, and Cup and Godwin, you need cheaper options. I am not looking for Ronald Jones. I don't see that happening again. I'm very confident in saying that. So let's move on. Cheaper options at wide receiver. I spoke about Robert Woods. You're going to have to choose between one or the other. You're going to have to choose between Cup or Woods. It's looking like Woods is more of the red zone target because he has more touchdowns, and Cup is more of the possession receiver because he has more catches, but he's having better weeks. If you're just looking at the numbers he's putting up. I would rather rely on Cup because he has a better rapport with Goff. But you can choose between either or. You're going to have to choose between one or the other. A cheaper option, Josh Reynolds. If you're looking for a cheaper option at wide receiver, look at these targets the last 3 weeks. He could be a secure spot. He could be a secure guy to have in your lineups at 6,800 at that flex. 10, 9, and 8 the last 3 weeks. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive for the number 3 wide receiver, not to mention that he uses the tight ends a lot in this Rams offense. So, Josh Reynolds is duly noted. Right now, I got Tom Brady and Chris Godwin. Just for shits and giggles, we're going to throw Jared Goff in there, okay? Because say in this painted picture that Tampa Bay is up, they're scoring well, and the LA Rams have to play from behind. So, you're going to need a pass catcher eventually in this lineup for the LA Rams. Let me just show you another guy, Gronkowski. Like I said, you want to attack the middle of this defense. Gronkowski is not, he's not invisible. He's still there. Had 6 targets against New Orleans. Came through with a touchdown in week 10. So he's still getting. This is arguably Tom Brady's favorite target right here. This is someone you probably need to have. Okay. So you get you Tom Brady's tight end because he knows him forever, and this is the most reliable guy on the team. And then you pick between Godwin, Evans, and Antonio Brown. All right. We're going to keep going down this line. I spoke to you about Josh Reynolds, Darrell Henderson. This is where you gotta, you're gonna delve into what type of narrative this game is going to be. I have a different type of idea of what is going to happen, and if you think the LA Rams get up and control like they have been, then Darrell Henderson and Malcolm Brown are going to be the guys that you're going to use. As you can see, he is very, very productive when he gets the ball, but the problem is in the red zone, they're giving it to Malcolm Brown. He's splitting carries. He's splitting carries with 3 guys right here. So Malcolm Brown got 2 touchdowns last week. Got him another touchdown against Chicago. It's so freaking hard to figure it out. You're just gonna have to get lucky. Make multiple lineups, okay? get you a lineup builder and throw you the correct percentages on the correct people. Higbee, like I said, they use tight ends, but I don't like Higbee. I'd rather use Gerald Everett. If I'm going to use the tight end on the Rams side, I'd rather use Gerald Everett. He's going to be a cheaper option. Instead of Higbee at 4,800, Everett is a nice, clean 26. That's someone you can fit in at the bottom when you don't have much salary. He can have big, big boom weeks, as you can see against Chicago, 5 targets and a touchdown. Against Miami, 9 targets. That's what you want to see. You want to see active eyes on these type of receivers, and he is very athletic. He has got a couple rushes in the red zone as well. Gerald Everett is coming in at a nice punt play. The running back I'll use in most of my lineups would be Leonard Fournette. Like I said, I do not trust Ronald Jones at all. The fumbles, everything. He can't catch. He got lucky. All right. He broke a big run. Good job. I'm proud of you. But the guy that was more consistent and plays in weird narrative games is going to be, Leonard Fournette. Fournette was coming in, if they're up big or if they're down big, he's the guy that's coming in getting these receptions. Against New Orleans, 6 targets. Against the Giants, 6 targets. Against the Raiders, when they're up big, 7 targets. Like the work is there. He can break one himself as well against Carolina. He had 30 DK. So I'm going to rely with the more cheaper guy because the production is right about the same unless you get lucky and they go off and break a big run. They're giving you the same amount of fantasy points. You might as well go with the cheaper guy, and that's Leonard Fournette, 4,400. Defenses, I'm leaning more to the Bucks D instead of the Rams just because Goff has that type of tendency to turn the ball over. And then if the Rams are down, they're looking at the rookie a little bit more. He has the talent to get receptions, but he hasn't been, catching the ball this year. I think they're going to use Cam Akers a little bit more. If you're looking for a running back option on the Rams, I want to lean to Cam Akers in a different type of game script. They're going to lean on him as well. So for right now, I can go with this flex right here. How the lineup is right now, I can't give you a full lineup, but I broke down to you all my favorite plays. I'm not too keen on a kicker. Kicker you can go with. I would lean with the Tampa Bay kicker. Or which one is the kicker? Matt Gay or McGinnis? Now I gotta look at this. Was activated on Saturday. Now you gotta look up. If you want a kicker from the Rams, you have to figure it out. Because it looks like it's Matt Gay. Kai Forbath is on IR, and I think McGinnis is going to be the backup. Possible replacement kicker. So they don't even know who the kicker is. So that makes my point right there. We're leaning suck up if we're choosing a kicker. I like the Bucs defense if we're choosing a defense because Jared Goff is going to see a ton of pressure. The Buccaneers defense is one of the highest rated defenses with blitzing. And we know their coordinator is Todd Bowles. He was a former coach of the Jets, and I know how he runs his defense. He is going to be coming after Jared Goff and making him very, very uncomfortable as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are home. So you have tons of salary left. I filled it out. It's pretty much as good as you want. You could put you in one of your LA Rams receivers, like I said, Woods or Cup. You put one of those in, you still have enough salary to get you a captain, okay, at a decent price. So it's up to you. I'm leaning more towards the Tampa Bay side in this. I think they have the better units on both sides, especially on the offensive side, because they have a better quarterback. If most games come down to the better quarterback, as you saw yesterday between the Chiefs and the Raiders, what won that game? It was Mahomes, the better quarterback. He was calm, cool, and collected in that 2-minute drill. The better quarterback is going to win majority of the games. That's just point blank, period. This is why it's so important that you get yourself a franchise quarterback. So in this game, I'm going with Tom Brady to beat the LA Rams. And my game script is going to be focused on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting up and controlling the game from there. So, like I said, I could throw a defense in here, and then I have plenty of salary for another option. But if I have, if you see, I have Jared Goff in here. If I don't believe he's going to do well enough, because I'm saying he's going to be coming back, then I'll just put a pass catcher in there, or it's most likely a pass. I'll put a pass catcher or a running back in there. Okay. But in this case, since I have Jared Goff, I need a receiver from LA to correlate well in this. All right, you need one, or I take him out. It could just be one wide receiver that goes off. Like Cup has those days where he does 10 catches, or Robert Woods has a game where he has 8 catches and 2 TDs. It could be one of those games, and then Goff still has a bad one. That's how that works. Okay, but you fill in what you want right now. I'm really comfortable with Brady, Godwin, and Gronkowski. Let me know how you feel, please. We got 4 hours left, 4.5 hours left before kickoff. Let's see what turns out. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know. Comment. I want feedback. I'll get back to you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessNSJSD. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Peace.